2018 Toyota 86 review. The 86 is really a blast they are driving on any road. It's an easy task to count the 2018 Toyota 86's downsides. It's small inside, with limited cargo and passenger space. It is not particularly comfortable, particularly for taller drivers, and also the technology offered feels totally outdated. The 86 in addition has only received modest power bumps over time, so it will be slower over a lot of competitors. Also, Toyota's never fixed the auto's not enough mid-range punch. But there is absolutely no denying which the 86 still succeeds at as being a ton of fun to operate a vehicle. It provides a sporty experience even though you're tooling out and about. It's always engaging. This is the sort of car that begs to become driven harder. It is just too bad it runs away from steam before long. Still, the market industry has evolved, and then there are a wide range of great performance coupes while traveling right now at comparable prices. Today's 86 isn't as very easy to recommend on the competition since the FRS was back when it first launched. What's new? The 860 Special Edition continues to be discontinued and replaced with the GT trim, which will keep almost the many same upgrades but loses the special colors and paint stripes. You're not buying an 86 because of its creature comforts, so just keep with the base trim and make the price affordable. The manual transmission is obviously preferable to the automatic. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Toyota 86 also comes in two trim levels, the base as well as the 86 GT. Power comes coming from a 2.0-litre four-cylinder engine rated at 205 horsepower and 156 pound-feet of torque when paired into a 6-speed manual transmission. Power dips slightly to 200 horsepower and 151 lb-ft when built with the automatic transmission. The 86 is rear-wheel drive only. Standard equipment on base models includes 17-inch alloy wheels, automatic LED headlights, air cooling, keyless entry, a height-adjustable driver's seat, a leather-wrapped tilt-tantless coping controls, cruise control along with a rear-view camera. Tech features include Bluetooth connectivity, a 7-inch touch screen, voice commands, plus an 8-speaker head unit with HD radio, an auxiliary audio jack as well as a USB interface. Toyota offers more when compared to a dozen optional dealer-installed accessories for the bed's base 86, including larger wheels, upgraded braking and suspension components, a performance exhaust, as well as a navigation system. The GT is distinguished by the rear spoiler, LED fog lights, an aerodynamic underbody panel, heated leather front seats with contrast stitching, push-button ignition, dual-zone automatic climate control, along with a 4.2-inch display that monitors performance driving parameters like real-time engine power use and cornering force. There's also a black package for that GT, which adds black exterior accents but is otherwise identically equipped. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically also comes in multiple versions that happen to be fundamentally similar. The S within this review depend on our full test on the Toyota 86 2.0 litres flat 4, 6-speed manual, RWD. Driving. The 86 is moves like Jagger but a motorroom fire that struggles to find the stone rolling. We love what sort of 86 drives through turns due to its classic rear-wheel drive balance and effortless steering. It just uses a more powerful and refined engine to take care of today's best sport coupes. Acceleration. The 86's Subra-based flat 4 is responsive, but it's actually not the easiest car to file for aggressively. Mid-range power is noticeably lacking, plus the top-end bump isn't enough for making up correctly. In our testing, there were 0.60 miles per hour duration of 6.7 seconds. That's okay, but other coupes are noticeably quicker. Braking. Initial impressions with the brakes are incredibly good. The pedal is firm but very easy to modulate. But if the 86 is driven more aggressively, the pedal becomes wooden and harder to gauge how much effort to make use of. In our panic stop from 60 miles per hour, the 86 needed 109 feet, a respectably short distance. Steering. The quick and precise steering rewards smooth driving, and well-damped feedback in the wheel communicates simply how much grip you've at the front wheels. It's the amount of steering you'd wish to get from the back to basics car such as this. Handling. The 86 delivers that classic rear-wheel drive behavior but can hit at lower and even more accessible speeds. It's a blast to push on a twisty road. The 86's suspension tuning allows more chassis movement versus the BRZ, however it is still fun to use own way. Track mode loosens the soundness control a little. Drivability. The clutch engagement zone is narrow, in order that it takes practice to shift smoothly. At mid-range RPM, the engine falls flat on its face close at hand most. Longer highway grades are not pulled in 6th gear. Listening to the motor moan and thrash takes a great deal of the enjoyment far away from revving out. Comfort. The interior stitching and embroidered 86 logos are nice touches, but that is no touring car. To the casual enthusiast, the 86 may be considered noisy and stiff, nonetheless it'll feel just right with the sport coupe aficionado. Toyota puts performance ahead from the 86's day-to-day usability. Seat comfort. A limited array of adjustability makes obtaining a truly comfortable position difficult. While the seats have firm padding and excellent bolsters, great for dynamic driving, they become uncomfortable if you are just statically using them, like traffic. Ride comfort. Thanks to a stiff chassis, you may feel each corner from the car keeping its respective tire on the floor. Wheel motions can be a little too quick for being considered comfortable, plus the 86 will shimmy along on high-speed roads with undulations. You'll feel every one of the bumps and road imperfections. Noise and vibration. These tires bring the noise on coarse surfaces. Keeping the extra weight down means keeping the sound deadening into a minimum, therefore the 86 is certainly on their loud side. Wind noise becomes quite noticeable at higher speeds. It's never too much for your enthusiast, but passengers might disagree. Climate control. With a smaller cabin and big vents, this purely analog system easily cools things down quickly. The controls are all too easy to use and self-explanatory. Interior. The interior with the 86 is purposeful and minimalist. There's also a good amount of space and good outward visibility. Every control meets your needs at your fingertips. Just don't look at this a 4-passenger vehicle. Rear seat space is laughable. Ease of usage. Everything concerning the 86 is clearly visible from your moment you obtain in. There are no hidden features, no secret Easter eggs, no hidden menus. Getting in, jetting out. It's low, even so the wide door opening and unobtrusive seat cushion make it an easy task to drop into the 86. Use the rear seats for bags and cargo, considering that the aperture to penetrate or beyond them causes it to become virtually impossible for the human for this with any kind grace. Driving position. While you sit reduced in the car, the driving position is surprisingly upright. It takes a tad of adjusting too, but once you set about enjoying the handling characteristics, the seating position fades away. We would prefer more telescoping range from the tire as well as seat bottom tilt. Roominess. Front passengers have many room. nothing with feelings can sit within the back. If you're looking for an expansive back seat, this probably isn't your sort of car anyway. Visibility. With a tall and wide windshield along with a low hood, forward visibility is actually comparatively good. The view your back is often a bit compromised, though the rear quarter windows help when changing lanes. A fairly high-resolution backup camera aids inside tightest quarters, but we'd like the displayed image was larger. Quality. Our test car had no squeaks or rattles, regardless if driven aggressively over bumpy surfaces. No panels felt loose or insufficient. Tasteful touches of simulated suede contrasts with hard plastics, but touch points are thoughtfully faux leather type materials. Utility. With a folding rear seat and trunk built to hold the full set of wheels and tires plus a small tool set, the 86 doesn't offer being reserved just by weekend duty. Small item storage. The small, hard plastic door pockets as well as a center console tray with removable cup holders are about all you will get in the 86. That said, those items stored are truly away from your way while driving vigorously. Cargo space. The trunk opening isn't gigantic, nonetheless it can hold a decent amount of shorter size items. The narrow backseat aperture can ensure it is difficult to slide wider items through. Lowering the rear seat back is merely possible in the trunk, by pulling two lanyards simultaneously. It's not easy. Technology. The 86's technology package is like your vehicle itself, minimal. While we don't specifically mind the deficiency of functionality, we'd rate this method higher if Toyota included Android Auto or Apple CarPlay integration. Audio and navigation. The speakers is adequate, although despite having 8 speakers, it lacks the energy to deliver any semblance of fidelity when the auto is actually in motion. There's no standard navigation system, but a dealer-installed unit can be obtained even after purchase with the vehicle. Smartphone integration. Neither Apple CarPlay nor Android Auto is supported, but there is really a USB port, an auxiliary jack and Bluetooth. Pairing is quick, an album cover art is displayed. Driver aids. Along with standard anti-lock braking, the soundness control may be retuned to allow a tad more traction lost before intervening. There's even a track mode that loosens the reins ever further. The advanced driver will still want to defeat it entirely, which is often done easily. Voice control. Voice recognition is commendable, never missing anything, though the voice that speaks back is unnatural and dated. The system is usually a bit slow to reach music and playlists and, regardless of the clumsy manual interface, it's simply faster to make it happen yourself.